Recognising the disastrous impact climate change will have on the world's coral reefs, the 6 countries of the Coral Triangle Initiative are working together towards a common position to take to the Copenhagen climate negotiations.
The reason it's significant is that it's the most highly biodiverse area of ocean in the world. The coastal and marine ecosystems of the Coral Triangle house 75% of the known coral species. They have more than 500 reef-building coral species in that area, in the core area. And that compares to, say, the Caribbean, which might be 150. So you can see it's highly biodiverse. There are more than 3,000 fish species. And it's basically, it's been described as the Amazon of the sea or the nursery of the sea also, because most of the world's valuable tuna catch uses the Coral Triangle as its spawning grounds.
Climate change is now recognised as the single biggest threat to coral reefs worldwide. Coral bleaching from unusually warm waters has already been seen now all around the world, and including on the Great Barrier Reef. And the other issue, of course, is ocean acidification, which is something that we're only just beginning to understand, but compounds the challenges for coral reefs from climate change.
Well, there are a number of pressures facing this region. And there's land-based pollution, and that's a serious concern, both through large river basins as well as just local solid waste, as well as runoff from coastal communities. And then there's also sea-based pollution from shipping and ports. Then there's serious overfishing, both near shore as well as offshore. And that is showing up in statistics. It's contributing to a decline in fisheries not only in the Coral Triangle area itself, but also well outside, as I explained, because these are pelagic fisheries that are migrating outside of the region. And so you're seeing declines in tuna fisheries in the Pacific that, from a scientific standpoint, are consistent with what we would expect by overfishing of the young fishery in the spawning areas of the Coral Triangle.
Every prediction from scientists and coral reef experts is that coral reefs will continue to decline. So in a way it's a pretty depressing backdrop to be managing coral reefs against, but the role of management has never been more important. In coral reefs that are not well managed, they are under stresses such as pollution and overfishing that will exacerbate the effects of climate change. And these combination of stresses means that coral reefs will actually degrade faster and to a greater extent.
Yes, Coral Triangle Initiative is an undertaking of 6 countries of Southeast Asia and the Pacific: Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, and Timor-Leste. They began about 2 years ago now, in December of 2007. They came together at the senior officials level on the sidelines of the Bali UN climate talks and formed this initiative to try to deal with both transboundary issues related to coastal and marine resources management and the problems in their own countries. The reason it's significant is that it's the most highly biodiverse area of ocean in the world.
The bottom line here is if we don't take action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, then even the best managed reefs will be damaged to the extent that you could see catastrophic change. So the take-home message from us as managers is we have to tackle climate change with great urgency, with every effort we can put behind it. But while the global community is doing that, while it's tackling climate change, we as coral reef managers, whether it's in the Great Barrier Reef, Mexico or Indonesia, really have to be doing everything we can to make coral reefs as resilient as possible, because it's with that resilience that coral reefs have the best chance of coping with climate change.